You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world that is one. Imagine no possessions. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Hello everyone, welcome. It's time for us to do our grounding. We're going to focus on our root chakra. I would like everybody to stand up with me. So I ask you to close your eyes. Focus on the base of your spine. Focus on your root chakra, it's red. And just feel that energy. Now imagine from that root chakra, roots going down your legs, through your thighs, through your calves, down through your feet, through the floor, into Mother Earth, and spreading out like tree roots into Mother Earth. Now imagine Mother Earth sending her healing, loving, grounding energy back up through those same roots, up through the floor, the bottom of your feet, up through your legs, your thighs, up to your root chakra. Take 3 deep breaths on your own and just feel that energy going down from your root chakra to Mother Earth and her sending her energy back up to you. As you move forward throughout this day, stay connected to that grounding energy and take it out into the world with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, family. Welcome to All People, All Truth House of Enlightenment, lovingly called A Path. If you add the O and E for of enlightenment, then you'll get our .com, apathoe.com, to find all about us. A Path's mission statement is to provide a church for all people, welcoming all truth with fellowship, clergy training, and social outreach programs. For those driven away from church because of judgment, discrimination, ill alignment with beliefs and or practices, those made to feel less than, unworthy, and unwelcome, both domestically and globally. And to provide programs for those suffering and with less than. APATH is here every Sunday at noon here at the Campus Resort Clubhouse in Fenville, Michigan, and streaming live in Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. My name is Tim. I was asked to give these announcements this morning, and I'm happy to say yes to anything that helps me participate in my own path to enlightenment. And I am grateful to have a little nervous, and I'm grateful to have Pastor Jan and a path in my own walk to enlightenment on my own search for a tribe, community, connection that I deeply crave within the LGBTQI community. And now Pastor Jan will open our service with the invocation.
Thank you, Tim. You have the voice of a DJ and an angel. So thank you, thank you. Okay, this is the time during our service where we begin our energy sending. First, in our first portion in phase 1, we send love and healing energy to the people closest to us. So I'll start and I will call out a name or a circumstance about people that are close to me that are suffering and need love and healing energy. So all of us coming together in fellowship and sending our energy at the same time. Obviously this is part of the universal law of fellowship so that we can sync our energies together and do a better job of getting the energy where it needs to go. So that's the purpose of this portion of our service. In phase 2 and phase 3, we will light candles first in phase 2 for our LGBTQIA+ community. And in phase 3, we will light candles for the suffering around the world. Disasters, things that have happened since last Sunday. We try to keep it current and do the same thing each week with different events that have occurred so we can send energy and healing to victims and love and healing to their families around the world, as well as disastrous things going on. We also do drumming during phase 2 and phase 3. So you're welcome to join in. You'll notice that there's instruments scattered around our sanctuary. And feel free to pick them up and play with us. At the end of our service, we'll have a drum circle, and so we'll be drumming some more. And throughout the circle, or throughout the service, you'll see that every now and then we pick up drums and just randomly start playing them, because that's kind of who we are. We like the energy of the drum. The drum actually affects about 20 areas in our brain. It helps heal our brain. It helps rid us of whatever random thoughts we're having so that we can focus more on sending love and healing and empowering energy to the places where it needs to go. So that's the reason we add the drumming in, and we ask you to please join in. You don't have to, but all of your drumming and your noise is appreciated because it's all good noise. Now, if you don't have an instrument, you can play on your body. Our bodies are miraculously an instrument of music, so you can do this. You can really slap any part of your body and make a good, joyful, loving sound and help you send energy. So you don't have to pick up an instrument. You can even tap your foot, stomp your foot, or do whatever it is that makes you feel like it's your vibration in action to help others around the world. Okay, so I will begin phase one of our invocation to send love and healing energy to the people closest to me. And I would like to start with two young girls, ages 8 and 10, elementary school age, that have been through the most horrendous thing a little girl can go through. Repeated attacks, and not only are they suffering, but their parents and their grandmother and their siblings and everyone who knows and loves them. The girls have been completely traumatized and will be traumatized for many days to come. So please wrap them in love and healing. Every time you think about them, just please send the energy to them. And let's start right now. Take a moment. I'd also like to send love and healing to a few of my friends. Vicky, who lost her son Joey. Diane, who lost her son Hans. Marty, who lost her daughter Nicole. And while I'm on that subject, me, who lost my daughter Dawn almost 5 years ago.
Farina,
Farina,
Pastor Teresa, and Pastor Diane, healing energy.
healing to Pastors Teresa and Diane Hogan.
Healing for Lexi Louise.
Healing for Lexi Louise.
Healing energy for my grandmother, Sandra, fighting her battle with leukemia.
For Orlando's grandma, fighting her battle with leukemia. Is there more? Okay, let's wrap our families in love and healing and give them all a gigantic, ginormous hug from us to them. Thank you. By the way,
love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say that you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. You can make the candy made. No one can save the candy saved. Nothing you can do but learn how to be in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love's all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love's all you need. There's nothing I can know that isn't right. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. No, you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. You need is love. All you need is love. Love. That's all you need. All you need is love. All together now. All you need is love. Everybody. All you need is love, love. Love's all you need. One more time. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love,
Okay, hello again. This is the time in our service when we proceed with phase 2 of our invocation, and we'll do some candle lighting and some drumming and sending energy to our LGBTQIA community. And we'll start with lesbians everywhere. To all lesbians everywhere that need love and healing, and their family and friends. And let's take a moment and do that. Next, we'll send love and healing energy to all the gay men around the planet and their family and friends and loved ones. Let's send healing and love and just wrap them in a blanket of a great big hug. let's send love and healing to all bisexuals everywhere around the globe and their family and friends, and let's wrap them in a big hug and make sure that they can feel our love. Next, let's send love and healing energy to the entire transgender community everywhere, and let's send them some extra love and extra healing, because we all know they get beat up the most in our community, and that has got to stop. Next, let's wrap our entire queer community, queer and questioning, in a ginormous hug filled with love and healing, so that we can just hug them and pamper them and make them feel so much better. Let's now send love and healing to our intersectional community around the world, and understand that everyone intersectional has a double whammy or a triple whammy. So we need to get as much love and healing as we can sent around the globe to our intersectional LGBTQIA+ community. Next, I would like to all of us to join in and send love and healing and empowerment to our angel allies around the world that support us every day of their lives and help us raise up our community to be equal and the same as one around the world. Thank you. At this time, we will send love and healing energy to people around the world suffering. And we will start with a gentleman whose name was Colin Smith. He was 32 years old in Portland, Oregon. And he was stabbed to death, murdered, because he stood up for his transgender colleague, and he is now dead. For Colin and his family and friends and loved ones, and for all of humanity who now is without him. And for the 87 humans that are unnamed that have been found in a mass grave in Sudan, and it is now known that they were murdered by their military. Let's wrap them and their families and loved ones and their entire country in love and healing. And now let's send our love and healing to all of the United States and all of Canada. In British Columbia this last week, 400 more fires were sparked And the smoke is now flowing once again down from Canada and across the U.S. Healing and love for everyone in its path. And now let us send healing and love to the victims around the world and their families. Hundreds of lives have been recently lost this last week in the flooding in China, Japan, Brazil, and a host of other countries, including the U.S. Hundreds of people have died because of the flooding around the world. Let's wrap them in love and healing and lift them up. And last, but not at all least, last night, 4 dead in Atlanta from a mass shooting. Let's wrap them and their families and loved ones and all of Atlanta and Georgia and this country that mourn their death. Let's lift them and wrap them in a ginormous hug. And let's send out that energy for the end of gun violence in this country.
Now please join with us with Music Director Reed, accompanied by Orlando, with Lena and me. Very nice. Pastor Donna will now set today's chakra intention.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, at this time we are going to do a little chakra work, our energy centers. I would like to light the candles as you focus where each chakra is. The root chakra is our first chakra. It's going to be down in the base of the spine. It's red. So take a moment, close your eyes, focus in that area. Take a deep breath. Our second chakra, it's the sacral chakra. It's about 3 inches below your belly button and 3 inches in. Close your eyes and focus on that area. Just take a deep breath. Third chakra, solar plexus, about 3 inches above your belly button. Take a deep breath and just focus right there. Fourth chakra, our heart chakra. Just take a deep breath and focus right there. And our fifth chakra, our throat chakra. Take a deep breath and focus right there. Sixth chakra will be your third eye. Right in between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath and focus right there. And then the seventh, our crown chakra. Right up, tip top of your head. Take a deep breath and focus there. So today I want to focus a little on our throat chakra, which if you feel on your throat, right between your two little bones here, it kind of dips down into a little U. It's right there. So if y'all can close your eyes, you want to keep your 2 fingers right there touching that so you can help focus that, you can. The throat chakra is light blue. It's the 5th chakra and the first of the 3 spiritual chakras. It represents our true, authentic voice. So if this area is out of harmony, you'll experience having a hard time speaking your truth. You'll have a hard time expressing yourselves, your feelings, your needs. Might feel out of tune with what's going on around you. You just have a hard time speaking and being heard. You might feel judged. Take a deep breath in and just think about if you experience those things. So if this chakra is in harmony, you will be able to speak your truth. You will be able to speak what you mean and mean what you speak. You will be in tune with your inner self. Affirmation for this chakra. I speak my truth with authenticity. And I ask that you just focus on this chakra throughout the day. And as you leave here today, speak your truth around the world and be who you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Donna. Now we'll sing Read All About It by Emily Singh. Musical director Reed and Orlando.
You've got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. No one ever hears you, how are you gonna learn your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. You gotta hide as loud as lion, so I'll let your voice be tamed. Maybe we're a little different, there's no need to be ashamed. Got the light to fight the shadows, so stop hiding it away. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I wanna see
Thank you, Rhea and Orlando. Now prepare as Pastor Jan gives the talk.
Yes, it is time for the talk. I see that was my paper that flew my program. So. Okay. Today, I would like to take a moment and talk about our soul evolution and how we can use that universal law of soul evolution to help us manifest what we want and desire in our life. Last week we talked a little bit about the 7 universal laws that we need to understand in order to get rid of our karma, become full of wisdom, and have an understanding of how the universe works, so that we can rise on that ladder of consciousness and raise ourselves up to the best possible version of ourselves, so that we can get on that path to enlightenment. So today, I'm going to take one of those universal laws, which is of soul evolution, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about that again. Now, soul evolution is a real thing. It's a universal law. It's there whether we know it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we use it as a tool in our lives or not, because it's going to keep on going. No matter what we do, it is there waiting for our souls to evolve. And even when we don't think we're making any progress, we really are. Sometimes it's in the wrong direction, but most of the time it's in the correct direction if we're making that effort and trying to be the best version of ourselves. So there are things in the world that we have to come to terms with, and that is karma and dharma. Karma is, what goes around comes around. We've all heard that ever since we were, about that big. And dharma is kind of a rhyming word for karma. It stems from Hinduism. And it is leading the right life. And what is that? That's something for you to decide, each individual. What is the right life? But we all know some basic truths about what that right life looks like. We know that if we're leading the right life, we're not out causing mass destruction. We're not hurting people and killing people and burning down houses and creating chaos and being ugly. That would never, in anybody's version, be considered to be the right life that I can think of, although there might be some. So the right life is about becoming the best version of yourself, about walking in the light, and I'm not talking about some religious light. I'm talking about if you're operating at, way down here on the ladder of consciousness in guilt and shame, you're in the dark. You're leading a life of dark, you're in hiding, you don't want people to know what you've done or what's been done to you, and you are walking every day in every way in the dark. Now, when you step out of there, and I like to say this, our life is like a square, our life of goodness, and we have to stand on that square every day and do our balancing act, as I always speak of, because every single thing that we come across in our day tries to pull us off that square. I like to call that square our good space, or our 100% space. So what do we have to do to stay on there? We have to live the good life, the right life, the life of goodness and kindness and love and healing. We have to try to rise on the level of consciousness so that we can become the best version of ourselves and head on that path to enlightenment. So what do we got to do to get there? And that's the question. How do we get from point A to point B? Well, I'll tell you. There are 3 things on planet Earth that are an absolute. And I can't imagine that anybody would argue with me. But they are peace, social justice, and the spiritual transformation of humankind. Those are our absolute responsibility every day of our life. When we wake up, we must move toward creating peace and being peace, being the most peaceful person that we can possibly be. Now, peace on the ladder of consciousness, the vibration is 600. So when you're living a life of peace, you are just under enlightenment, because enlightenment is 700 to 1,000 in terms of vibration. So if you're operating between 600 and 699, you're in that level of peace. So peace is clearly one of the things that we have a responsibility every day of our life to see to. So when you're walking down the street or driving down the street and you see things that are not peaceful, you should be opposed to that. You should be trying to figure out, is there anything I can do to impact that and make it more peaceful? When you're having a conversation with someone and they're like, blah, you don't go blah with them. You say, what can I do to make this conversation more peaceful? What can I do to lower that temperature and inspire that person and empower them to focus on peace, to be peaceful and kind and good, and treat all of humanity in the same aspect that they want to be treated, the same way they want to be treated, so that you teach them by doing this. As you go through your day, you will literally be teaching people to be more peaceful as you are more peaceful. And that's one of our obligations. Now, the next thing is social justice. I can talk about social justice all day long, but the truth of the matter is that there are many groups of people that are treated not just poorly, but hatefully around the world every day, all day long. And I'm not saying anybody here would ever do such a thing, because if that's what you were doing, you wouldn't come here. You wouldn't come here, because you would already know who we are and what we do here, and we will be everything against anybody not floating in that area of social justice. We want everyone on planet Earth to be treated as one, as the same, because here's the thing. The universal law of one says that we are all connected. Every living person, every person that has ever lived, all of our ancestors and all of everyone's ancestors are all connected by the universal law of one. And we're always going to be connected. It's one energy group, just one energy group, that all of humanity that has ever lived and still lives and will ever live, we are all connected in just one single energy group. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is because we are all one and the same. There's no difference between us, because I'm fatter than you, or skinnier than you, or I'm a different color than you, or I'm queer and you're not, I'm a butch and you're a femme, or you're straight, that you live in another country, that your skin is a different color, that your religious beliefs or political beliefs are different than mine. None of that matters in the slightest. Not in the slightest. It has nothing to do with that we are all one and the same. Those are just choices that we make. We choose to be who we are. Our parents or our ancestors chose where we were going to be born. Whatever state it was or country it was around the world, those are things that are beyond our choosing. We can grow up and move and go live wherever we want to live, but what does that have to do with who we are? Zero. Zero. Who we are is one and all the same. Essentially, there's nothing different about us. And we are all connected forever and ever, and always have been, in one energy group. So everything that we do affects the whole group. And social justice is about understanding the universal law of one and living every day of your life and understanding that no matter who you come across, no matter who you see on TV, no matter who you see driving down the road, that we're all just the same. They're the same as you are. You're the same as I am. And it doesn't matter what we look like or what we think or what our opinions or beliefs are. We're still just all one and the same. So social justice is about having all people treat all people as one and the same, regardless of what you look like, who you love, where you come from, what your race is. Regardless of all that, we're one and the same. And social justice is about standing up and saying, calling it out when you see it. Yeah, be an activist for social justice and for peace. Be an activist. Stand up. Stand up against hate. Stand up against people being treated as though they're not part of our energy group as one. Stand up for your fellow man and woman, for all people. Stand up. Take a stand. Be the real, authentic you. Don't be afraid to take a stand because of what people might think of you or that they might get angry at. Let them. Let them. Stand up and be counted. Stand up for social justice for every single person on the planet. Take a stand so that everybody begins to understand that everyone should be treated as one. Lead by example. And those of you that are here today in person or watching online or might watch online in our on-demand videos, please understand that it's because of you that the world can change. It's also because of you that nothing will change. We have to make the change, or the change is not going to happen on its own. So we have to take a stand, use our voices, be authentic, call out the truth. And what is the truth? That we're all the same. So it doesn't matter who we are, what we believe, where we live, what we look like, who we love. We're just the same. And it's time that we all stand up, like Colin Smith did, and he lost his life because of it. But when there's enough of us standing, there's not enough of them to kill us off. So, we should all understand that the third thing that we have to absolutely be committed to and see to it that happens every day in our life is the spiritual transformation of humankind. And what does that look like? How can I change the world spiritually? How can you change the world spiritually? There's only one answer to that. You can be the best version of yourself. You can raise your vibration constantly every day by being kinder, being better, standing on that square and doing the balancing act so that you don't let other people drag you down that rabbit hole. And trust me, I know they can. I'm the same as you. I go through life every day, just like you go through life every day. And it's a struggle always to stand tall against people that are not being kind and good, that have different opinions that are ugly and hurtful and harming and damning to others. So I like to take a stand every single day of my life. Yeah, I'm a talker, as if you can't tell. And I don't mind at all standing up, and I don't care who likes it, because you know what I like to say? I'm not here for the fun of it. I'm here to make a difference. I'm not here for no purpose whatsoever. I'm here for a purpose, and my purpose, just like your purpose and everyone's purpose on the planet, is to make a difference, to make it a better world, to make ourselves the best version of ourselves, and to do everything we can every day in order to do that. So what do we have to be? We have to be honest. We have to care about others. We have to be tolerant, because, oh my gosh, people can really pluck out our last nerve and try to push us over that edge. But then there we go, on that square again, trying to balance, trying to stay firm in our 100% space. We have to be full of integrity. We have to be generous and kind and good and patient and grateful and forgiving. And we have to never harm any living thing. And we have to be willing to do without things that will help our spiritual advancement. So in other words, if you wanted to get to a higher level spiritual, you might fast for the day or the week. Not too long, don't make yourself sick. Fasting is a good thing. Intermittent fasting not only helps you lose weight and get healthier, but it also helps you climb that ladder of consciousness. Fasting is a good thing. When you deprive your body of all the food, just drink some water, sip water all day, it gets you in a better spiritual space. And if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. Meditation and fasting is a very, very good thing when used in moderation, of course. So these are the things that we must do, we must commit to, because they're already our job. When we were born, they became our job because we were then created as a human. And it's our job to be these things and to do these things, to make the world a better place, to make our lives better, to make us a better person, the best version we can possibly be, to inspire others, and to raise the total consciousness of the planet and our energy group, to raise everyone's vibration as we raise our own. Let me say that again. When we raise our own vibration, we raise everyone's. Everyone that has ever lived and everyone living now, we are all connected in one energy group. So we can't raise our own vibration without affecting everyone else. You know, our life is like a big pond. And if you throw a pebble in the pond, you're going to see what? The water is going to ripple outward, and then it's going to come back. And it's going to ripple outward, and then it's going to come back. And it's going to keep doing that until the water becomes harmonious again and is all level and looks like glass and there's no ripples in it. And that's exactly what we do. With our good, bad, and ugly behavior, we send those ripples out into the universe and we spill them all over everybody else, everybody around us and everyone that has ever been here, because we are all connected in one energy group, just one. So we could, if we would, be honest, full of integrity. We could, if we would, be patient and kind and loving and good. We could, if we would, commit to never harming another living thing and to raising ourselves up spiritually, even if we have to deprive ourselves of something like food while we fast. We can deprive ourselves of a lot of things to lift ourselves up spiritually, and one of those things is all negative thought, words, and actions. That's a good thing to deprive yourself of so that you can rise on the ladder of consciousness. We could, if we would, commit to peace, social justice, and the spiritual transformation of humankind. We could, if we would, make a difference every single day of our life. Every day. In everything we do. In every conversation. In every thought. Our thoughts create our destiny. It's where everything starts. Our vibration of our thoughts is the beginning of everything. And what we think and say and do, we manifest for ourselves. And that is the good, the bad, and the ugly, whether we know we're doing it, or whether we're just doing it mindlessly, and we're not even aware it's a real thing. Whatever we do is happening and will continue to happen. And every time we call it out, ooh, I'd like to have a yellow, shiny Jeep. Oh my goodness, do you know what I did? A few years ago when I bought my cute yellow Jeep, I said, oh my gosh, we need to buy another Jeep, honey. And I don't want a yellow one. I just don't want a yellow one. And every couple of days, I had some dealers out looking for the perfect Jeep for me. I had a list. of everything I wanted on it, because I priced it out online, and it was almost $68,000. And I said, I don't want to spend that much money on a car. There's a whole lot better things I can do with this money. So I want a used car, and I want all the things I want on it for my own comfort. So I made a list, and I told a couple of dealers that I knew that this is what I wanted. I had to have all these things on the car, and then these other things I'd like to have. And I said, but I don't want a yellow Jeep, and I don't want one of those lime green Jeeps. Ooh, no, I don't want those. So the dealer calls me and he said, and I said it every day, oh, honey, I think we're going to find a Jeep, but I sure hope it's not yellow or that green, but really not yellow. I just don't want yellow. And I had my heart set on no yellow Jeep. For the life of me, I don't know why. But dealer calls me and says, hey, Jean, I think your Jeep just pulled on my lot. It's got everything. It's got 2 sets of running bars. It's got the dual tops. It's a Sahara. It's loaded. It's got heated leather seats. It's got everything you wanted on it. The only thing it's lacking is that garage door opener. He said, I'm thinking I should buy it because I'm thinking I can sell it to you. And I said, I'll be right there. I'm getting in the car now. And he said, well, there's one thing I should tell you. I said, what's that? He said, it's yellow. It's that bright yellow you don't want. I said, really? I'm 20 minutes in now. I'm coming anyway. I'll take a look. Because it had everything I wanted in it. And I got there, and he said, just take it home. Just keep it for a week. Yeah, puppy dog clothes. I knew what he was doing. I drove it around, and wherever I went, and everybody said, oh my God, I love your yellow Jeep. And I said, well, it's not mine. I'm just kind of driving it, test driving it. And they were like, well, don't you like it? And I said, oh my God, it's got everything. It's got the handles all in it. It's got all this aftermarket stuff. It's got all this stuff that I love. And of course, I bought it. And every day when I see that Jeep, I come out of the house. First thing I see is the Jeep. And I say, ooh, I love that Jeep. And I have said it every day since I bought the doggone thing. Because my heart goes pitter-patter when I see the Jeep. I love it. So, I manifested that yellow Jeep. I made a list and I gave it to 5 different dealers for the things that I wanted in a Jeep. And I kept saying, I don't want yellow, I don't want yellow, I don't want yellow. And the universe doesn't hear the negative. So it just heard yellow Jeep, yellow Jeep, yellow Jeep. Everywhere I go, every day. What do I see? Everywhere, yellow Jeeps. Because I'm like, ooh, there's my yellow Jeep. And I get out and I get in it and I sit in it and I say, oh, I love this Jeep. And people that get in it say, oh, wow, this is so cool. I love your Jeep and you got the handles and yeah, I know. It's my yellow Jeep. So, my point is, even when we don't know we're manifesting something, we are. And it works in the positive and it works in the negative. So if your attitude and your thoughts and your words and your actions are negative, that's what you're manifesting. If you're saying, boy, I'm going to get some flat tires. Oh my gosh, my tires are bald. My car is clunking as it's going down the street. And oh, how the heck am I going to make this car payment? Oh my goodness, you are in for such a bad ride. Because every day that you say that, you're kind of demanding that the universe make those things happen. You're saying them in the negative, and the universe only hears the positive. It doesn't hear that you don't want the flat tires. It hears flat tires, flat tires, flat tires, broken down car, no money, scarcity only. Here, send you some more scarcity. And that's what the universe does. Every day, it gives us exactly what we think and say and do. So we create our own destiny with our thoughts and our words and our actions. So when we use those to promote peace, social justice, and the spiritual transformation of humankind, then we have come upon the wisdom, and our soul will evolve and climb up that ladder of consciousness. We'll get to that unconditional love, we'll get to that joy, we'll get to that peace, and we'll get to that enlightenment. You don't have to be stuck wherever you are, wherever you might land on any given day in the ladder of consciousness. You can climb up it anytime you choose because you are the creator of all of your own destiny. There's nobody else to do that job except for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Donna. Good words in that word. Now we have, feel free to sing, dance, drum, pray, meditate to Bob Marley's Three Little Birds with Reed and Orlando.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause everything is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds surround my doorstep, swinging sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Sing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds surround my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
And Reed will now accompany the offering.
Okay, hello again. This is the time in our service where we ask you that have all that you need to take a step back and take a look at what you might be able to share with us. We are All People, All Truth House of Enlightenment, as you know, and we are building out a lot of programs to raise up and help our community, including support groups and classes and workshops, and also building facilities for transitional housing, for group homes, for runaway teens that are LGBTQIA+, for dysfunction, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, sexual abuse, domestic violence, everything that's out there in the heterosexual world. Only these programs are for our LGBTQIA+ community. So as we go down that path and fundraise and do what we can do to raise money, please help us if you're able. If you need help, please go to our website, apathoe.com, and leave us a comment, call us, reach out to us so that we can help you. And if you can help us, please, you can go to our website. The upper right-hand corner on every page has a red donate button. You can donate there, or you can also donate on the back of our program. There's a QR code, so you can use that as well. Or you can throw some cash or a check in the basket as Donna takes it around and passes it around for those of you that are in person. You can donate however it is that you're inclined to. Please help us with what you can. And again, if you need help, please contact us so that we can help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor Dunn will now lead the group meditation.
Okay, so can I ask everybody to sit up straight in the chairs, feet grounded into the floor, close your eyes. We're going to stay with the throat chakra. Put one hand on your heart, and your first two fingers on your throat chakra, which is right there in that center space. As we take 3 deep breaths together, I ask that on the inhale, you imagine your throat chakra energizing. And on the exhales, I ask that you release anything that is negative, any fear, any pain, even judgment of yourself that you're not doing this process correctly. So inhale in, and exhale out, letting go. Inhale in, and let everything go. And one more time. Inhale in, and let all the negative go. So I ask you now, as we continue to breathe, with your 2 fingers on your throat chakra, either tap lightly or massage, whichever feels better for you. I ask that those who connect with the male energy, that you imagine your throat chakra, the sphere, the light blue sphere, that it rotates clockwise. Those who resonate with the female energy, your throat chakra will rotate counterclockwise. So as you take deep breaths, imagine the this light blue, beautiful sphere rotating and getting brighter and bigger. Just feel that energy. Feel that area loosening up. Feel the energy of your true, authentic voice awakening. Picture yourself
Leaving this building today.
leaving this building today and going out into the world, wherever you have to go today, and being able to speak your truth using our authentic voice in every encounter you come upon. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And another in and out. And last time, deep breath in with that beautiful light blue sphere. And exhale. I ask that you stay in tune with this, your throat chakra today. Whenever you feel the need to have a little help with what you need to say, just tune into that spot and take a couple deep breaths and speak your truth, whatever that is. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Donna. Now we have the benediction with Pastor Jim.
Okay, everybody please rise for the benediction and repeat after me. Peace to my brothers,
Peace to my brothers,
peace to my sisters,
peace to my sisters,
peace to my siblings,
peace to my siblings,
peace to the whole world,
peace to the whole world,
and peace to me.
peace to me.
Thank you for joining us today. You may be seated. Please stay with us for our drum circle. And I'm going to spend a couple of minutes and teach you a couple of drum beats so that we can all be in tune. And those of you at home that don't really know how to drum yet, this should be very helpful for you. So the first drum beat, Orlando, can you come up and give us a heartbeat? The center, the core of any drum circle, or any drumming at all, is our heartbeat. And it's not our heartbeat. It's Mother Nature's, Mother Earth's heartbeat. So it's a little slower. So this, when you see in a drum circle, when you see the leader holding up two fingers, that means there's two beats. It's the heartbeat. So Orlando, could you demonstrate, please? Okay, thank you. Now the next one is hot chocolate. There's a drum methodology that if you can say it, you can play it. So I'm going to teach you some sayings so that you can have the basic first 5 drum rhythms. The first one is, or the second one is hot chocolate. So you do hot chocolate. It's very simple. So while Orlando was doing the drum beat, you might be doing hot chocolate, or you might like to do a faster one and do mashed potatoes. So Orlando might be doing the heartbeat, and someone else might be doing the hot chocolate, and someone else the mashed potatoes, and then here comes along the fourth person doing I love apple pie. And then the fifth one is just a little bit more complicated, and this is I love to play my drum. And then there's a universal beat, which is this: chocolate, milk, and potato chips. There's 2 more complex rhythms that I'll teach you next week. But in the meantime, if Donna and Reed would like to play those complex rhythms during our drum circle today, that would be awesome. And Orlando, can you give us the beat? Yeah? Okay, excellent. So everybody else join in, and you'll find these on the back of your program. If you can't remember the words, memorize those words, and you're always going to be able to play the drums. Because you have those 5 beats. So let's get started. Orlando? thank you one and all for coming in person today, for tuning in online, watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. And you can get our on-demand video all over on all of our social media channels whenever you choose that's convenient to your schedule. So I'd like to say today that thank you so much for joining us. We are both honored and grateful for your presence in our lives every day. For those of you that we know and we talk to, and for those of you we don't know, please reach out so we can know you. Namaste, my friends, and for those of you that don't know what that means, that simply means the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. Namaste.